Our Hyundai starting goaltender. He was in goal when the Penguins beat the Lightning 5-4 back in October when Sidney Crosby had that hat trick against him. He's played only once since February 1st. This guy's done a phenomenal job. John Cooper, the coach of the Lightning, their record was outstanding without Stamkos. 22-18-5 is what they managed to do. And they've been playing a lot better since he's come back. They've won 5 in a row, points in 7 straight. And the Lightning in their own zone. The Penguins steal the puck. And a quick shot by Sutter just wide of the goal. Comes off the near wall. Killorn try to shuffle it out of his own zone into the middle, which is probably not a good idea against the Penguins. And now here's Sutter with it. Sutter trying to backhand it in front. And it's Steven Stamkos taking over now. And again, it hits a Penguin on the way out of the zone. Brian Gibbons, finally the Lightning able to get the puck up into the Penguins' end of the rink. Killorn on the near wing drops it off for Stamkos. Looks for Purcell. Now snaps it out to the right point. Gudas. Radko Gudas with the first shot of the hockey game, and it's stopped by Jeff Zatkoff in a face-off coming up in the Penguin zone.
Right away, Stamkos on the ice. Brooks Orpik, the left defenseman for the Penguins. Gudas getting a reception of a pass from Stamkos. No rebound. Gudas, look out for him. Not known for his goal-scoring prowess, but for his hitting and his agitation.
This is the 9th game back for Steven Stamkos. Did have a hat trick against Toronto 2 games back, and great to see him on the ice. Here's Valtteri Filppula. A good year for the Lightning. And was able to steal though, and at center ice, taken away by Andre Palat from Stempniak, and Palat headmans the puck to Valtteri Filppula. Niskanen stepped up on him. Crosby to Mata. Up the left wing now. Kunis is hit by Radko Gudas. He's a very physical player, and we get an offside call at the Penguins line. Ryan Callahan is a member of the Lightning now, the former Ranger. Game-winning goal against the Senators.
Yep. He came over in the trade on March 4th. Of course, for Martin St. Louis, who went to the New York Rangers. Got a first-rounder, Tampa, as well in that deal. And a couple of unrestricted free agents after the season, Callahan and Martin St. Louis.
This is his 9th game with the Bolts. He's got 2 goals, 5 points with Tampa Bay so far. Gives them a different look. And certainly a look that they'll like to have for the Stanley Cup playoffs. Off the near wall, it is Neal. He was stripped of the puck, and Tyler Johnson tried to shoot it. It's blocked by Ole Mata. J.T. Brown on the ice for the Bolts. He tried to deflect one there. Comes right to the stick of Richard Panik. Panik tried to center one. Brown looking for it. Puck pinballing around and out the center ice. Taken there by Sammy Salo, who slaps it up into the Penguin zone around the horn. Panik is there, number 71. Panik looks for Tyler Johnson in the slot, but number 71 of the Penguins picked it off. And he springs James Neal to center. Neal down the wing, sends it back behind the net. Lindback is there to send it up the near wall. A.T. Brown left it there for Koska. And the defenseman of the Lightning, Michael Koska, moved it out to center ice. Now the prey ahead for Stempniak, who steers it up into the Bolt zone. Michael Koska, the former Leaf, sends it up the near side for Brewer. Brown to Thompson, and ahead now to Tom Pyatt, younger brother of Taylor Pyatt of the Penguins. Moves it to the corner, Nate Thompson in on the puck. He's bumped by Kunitz. Puck squirts free to Sidney Crosby. Quickly outlets to Kunitz. He and Stempniak come ahead. Lightning have a lot of bodies back here as Stempniak gets into the corner looking for the puck. Penguins change their defense behind the play as they get in on the forecheck. Stempniak there, working the corner along with Kunitz. He backhanded one right out the side of the goal. Thompson working deep in his own zone. The outlet's right in front of his own net. Gudas moved it up the right wing. Ryan Malone, the former Penguin, dumps it in. Gets in on the forecheck and crushes Robert Bortuzzo. He did. And there will be a penalty on Ryan Malone. Bortuzzo seemed to be able to slip much of that check. He certainly didn't look any worse for wear when he got up.
Yeah, I don't know if he slipped it, Staggy, but he kind of turned right at the last second. Ryan Malone was going to finish his check.
Yeah, it could have been a lot worse. Let's put it that way. Now the puck at center ice taken by Robert Bortuzzo. The Penguins have an empty net down to our left. Zatkoff has gone to the bench, and the Penguins have a 6th attacker on, and Evgeny Malkin carries to center. Looks rink wide to Marcel Gottsch. His drop pass is held in by Tanner Glass to the slot, and Pyatt couldn't pull the trigger, but the puck stays with the Penguins here with the extra attacker on. And now now a rink-wide pass comes back to center, taken by Bortuzzo. Good puck possession here for the Penguins. Gotch goes to the bench. They're able to get James Neal on in this situation. Neal down the wing, trying to center. Lightning still haven't gotten possession of the puck. Now it's all in traffic here. And finally, the whistle blows, so the Penguins are going to put their power play to work.
Well, let's take a look. And Ryan Malone, he's not going to like this call. He's going to finish off his check. And Robert Bortuzzo turns back at the last second. Malone's going to follow through every time on that. Killorn, the same thing happened. Take a look. Alex Killorn on Paul Ranger. He turned back the other way. There was a 5-minute penalty called there against Killorn. No supplementary discipline was given. And Paul Ranger had to go to the hospital. He's okay. Killorn's back on the ice. But Ryan Malone has got a 2-minute penalty, the ex-Penguin and Pittsburgh native. And Steggy, I think I said earlier, Martin St. Louis unrestricted free agent. I believe he's got one more year left on his deal.
You're right about that. Here's Salo with it now on the penalty kill for the Lightning. Crosby in front, redirected. A good save by Lindback on Kunitz.
Wow. Lindback, 6'6", was able to seal that pad against the post. That thing was labeled.
And Kunitz was wide open in front of the net. Now a lead pass to Sidney Crosby. The Lightning have been good in penalty killing, and they've got 9 shorthanded goals, so watch for that. This is Callahan trying to get it to the net. And the Penguins, of course, have been vulnerable to shorthanded opportunities lately. Here's Matt Niskanen coming to center into the Lightning zone, and he turned it over to Valtteri Filppula, but good work there by Crosby to make sure he had him covered as he tried to go the other way. Now the Lightning set it up from their own zone. Malone in the box. And the Lightning just dump at the length of the ice. Zatkov stops it behind the net. Andre Palat, one of the top rookies in the NHL on the ice. He's number 18. What a player. Now coming to center is Ole Mata. Simon Despres moves it to the right wing. Victor Hedman back to get it. Hedman backhands it around and all the way to the point. It comes to Ole Mata. Mata tees it up and lets it go. And the save by Lindback. The rebound clear to side of the corner. Now out to Despres from Mata. Ole Mata cross ice. Jokinen with a shot, and Lindback made the save on him. He shot it back against the grain too. Despres with the shot. Here's Stempniak trying to tee it up. And it's going to be held in by Despres. Shot by Mata, deflected away from the net. Marcel Gotch takes it on the left wing wall behind the net for Stempniak. Back to Gotch. Up top to Despres. Mata fakes the shot. Goes back to Simon Despres. Mata cross ice. Gotch has it there. Jokinen's open in the slot. Gotch went to the net with it. And the save made by Lindback, and the Lightning able to clear it. 2 seconds to go on the penalty to Malone, and he's back on the ice now.
I like the width of the passes for the Penguins there, Staggy. And they were going long passes from side to side, east to west on Lindback, trying to get him move, and they were good, hard, crisp passing.
Greg Adams in now on the forecheck for the Penguins. It's been taken away now by Eric Brewer. Moves it out on right wing. Into the middle now for Killorn to the right side. Purcell's shot is partially deflected. And behind the net, it's cleared by Scuderi up the wall. Salo pinches down for Tampa Bay. Now Gibbons tries to get it out and can't. And it's sent back in behind the Penguin net where Brooks Orpik has it. Orpik uses the glass this time to bounce at the length of the ice. It won't be icing. Back to get it goes Eric Brewer. 4 shots for the Penguins, 1 for the Lightning. Of course, the Penguins had the benefit of the power play. Now the Lightning will run their controlled breakout. Michael Kostka, number 21. Back into the middle. Palat. Chopped away from him. Picked up now in flight. And it's shot off the iron. Good chance there from Matt Carle. Now Kostka with a shot. And that one swept away to the near side. Comes back now to Scuderi, who sends it up the wall. Kostka races over to keep it in. Filppula moves it to the right wing. Back to the net it goes. It's loose in front, taken by Crosby. Dishes it off to Brooks Orpik. And the Penguins are able to come to center ice. Lightning getting a couple of good looks at the net there, shooting the puck at sharp angles.
Yeah, Penguins missed some assignments out at the blue line. You can't miss your defenseman when you're going up there. You gotta, if you're not going to block the shot, you got to get body. And then Carl was able to walk in. Some good opportunities there. Pyatt gets a chance back in the lineup. Joe Vitale out this afternoon with an upper body injury.
Malkin comes to center ice, banks it off the boards to himself. Now he's stripped of the puck.
No!
Tyler Johnson at center ice lost it. The Penguins go to the defenseman Ole Mata, who carries to center, slips it up into the Lightning zone. Hanek goes back to play in the zone end for Tampa Bay, and they quickly move it out. JT Brown to Tyler Johnson. Now Hedman moving up as a defenseman, but has poked off his stick. Good tempo to this game. The Lightning moving the puck crisply here. And the transition game looks pretty good.
Tyler Johnson can fly. Hedman doesn't mind joining Russian. And Tyler Johnson's got a little abrasiveness in his game with 22 goals.
Sidney Crosby drops it off. Quick passing of the Penguins there as Mata moves it to Niskanen. He dumps it in. Lindback lets it go all the way around for Sammy Salo. Salo is 39 years old on defense. Along with Eric Brewer, he headmans the puck to Thompson. Quick shot at a save made by Zatkoff. And a big rebound, and the Penguins were able to get to it. This is Stempniak coming to center. No! Back for Crosby. His shot partially blocked by Ryan Malone. It gave Sid a shove after he shot the puck. Now Tom Pyatt comes to center, and he angles one up into the Penguin zone.
This is reminiscent of that Washington game where there's no whistles at all. It's just up and down hockey.
Even when there was a delayed penalty, there wasn't a whistle for a long time. Here's Stamkos with it now on the near side, and poked away from him to center to Carl. Matt Carl gets a return pass and drives it up into the Penguin zone all the way around. Dupre digs it off the boards. From behind the net, though, it goes to Purcell. Tried a quick centering pass. Kaderi broke that up. Now Sutter over to clear it aside. Purcell to Stamkos. Steven Stamkos circles the cage. Tried to go out to Carl. The checking of Sutter prevented that pass from getting through. But now Carl from his knees pushes it towards the net. Costco over to chop it down the wall. And the Lightning set it up from their own zone now. Costco drops it off to Carl. Forced back by Gibbons. Back to Costco. And to Matt Carl, the former Flyer defenseman and San Jose Shark. Moves it to center, gets it back, looks for Palat. Palat is a plus 26. That's the same as Chris Kunitz. He's a rookie. Number 18. Now Callahan takes the lead pass. Couldn't find the puck. Looks back. They dump it in. Orpik back to get it. Swept it away from Valtteri Filppula. Now Bortuzzo's flattened by Ryan Callahan. Hedman has the puck. Slap shot off a stick. Jokinen over. Banks it ahead. Malkin wants to catch up with it, but Hedman got there first.
Hedman, one of the great young defenseman in the game. Could not believe he did not play in the Olympics for Sweden. 45 points for Hedman on the season. Tremendous defenseman.
Penguins are changing as Brooks Orpik slows the pace down a bit. Comes to center and headmans the puck. He was looking for the tip in by Tanner Glass. It didn't happen. Penguins turn it over in the neutral zone. Now Hanek gets onside here. Tried to get it to Koska. He was bumped, and the Penguins go in transition, and it's Tanner Glass. Hanek lined him up. Koska back to the puck, try to clear it, hit Adams. Now to Glass, and his shot stopped by Lindback on the short side. Battle for the puck is won by the Lightning. JT Brown swung it into the middle. Johnson poked it up to the Penguin line where Mata sends it up the right wing for Tanner Glass. Past him and picked up by Eric Brewer. Another experienced defenseman at 34 years of age, Eric Brewer.
Penguins in the middle of a line change. When you don't get whistles, you got to use all four lines. Pretty exhausting out there. Keep the shifts at 40 seconds each.
Salo dumps it in. Zatkoff couldn't stop it behind the net. Niskanen into the puck, sends it up the near wall. 8:22 to go in the period. No score in the game. 5 shots for the Penguins, 2 for the Bolts. Here's Matt Niskanen. To the corner, Crosby wants to get in after it, but Hedman there to whack it up the near wall. Salo backhanded it out. Racing over to get it is Tom Pyatt.
Over 8 minutes without a whistle here. You're in between whistles.
Tom Pyatt is 27 years old. His brother Taylor is 32. Now taken by Carl. His shot. Zatkoff the save and the rebound poked wide of the net on the doorstep by Steven Stamkos.
Oh boy.
Loose around the net again. Zatkoff trying to freeze it.
I think that puck's in the net, isn't it? Boy, or did it go over the net? It came back over top of the net. Stamkos missed an open cage off a rebound opportunity. We've gone 8.5 minutes without a whistle. What an opportunity for the Tampa Bay Lightning to get on the board early. There's the rebound, the shot wide with Crosby just getting a stick. And the Penguins getting fortunate. Well, Steven Stamkos is the most dangerous man on the ice for Tampa. Number 91 missed an opportunity with Crosby on his backside. Then the puck came over the top of the net. Zakop knew it was coming. He tried to get deep along that goal line so that it wouldn't go off the back of his noggin. It hit his pad, and, well, he was very fortunate it stayed out.
He's living well. Jeff Zatkoff.
Living well, playing mighty fine.
Sure is. There's Salo down the wall now for Killorn. Hit by Orpik. Killorn out of Harvard. Hustles to the puck to the near corner. Orpik gives him a rough ride into the boards. Gotch tried to move it into the middle. It comes right to Salo. Big slap shot and a stick save made by Zatkoff.
Knocked the stick right out of his hands. Hit the stick above the blocker. Zakop, Salo. He can shoot the puck.
He's always been known as a guy who can bring it, and that was a good slap shot there. Now Hedman can't reach it as it comes back out to center. Salo, a 9th round pick in '96 of the Ottawa Senators. Finland.
That wasn't an icing there because Gotch lifted the stick of the Tampa Bay forward so he could not play the puck. Puck went all the way down. Oh, Bortuzzo stepping up.
And Valtteri Filppula tripped up.
I didn't think he touched him. Boy, maybe it grazed him. Maybe just grazed. Filppula was trying to get out of the way.
Pittsburgh, number 41, 2 minutes.
And then took a little dive.
Not a little dive, a big dive.
Yeah, you got a piece of him. You got a piece of him.
Yeah, and that's a very, very big embellishment there that was undetected, or at least not called.
Allegheny Health Network provided that Super Mo for you there, so you could see the shin of Bortuzzo just clipping Filppula, and then Filppula with about a 9.7 there.
So now it's the Lightning's turn with a man advantage. They got 5 power play goals in their last 3 games. Stamkos. The right side. Down the wall. Back out to the point of Salo. Stamkos near side. Penguins have Adams and Sutter up front, killing the penalty. They set it up from the half wall. Stamkos moves it out to Salo. Near side Stamkos the shot. And blocked, and the Penguins trying to get it out. Stamkos battles for the puck on the near wall. And the Penguins, Sutter able to clear it off the boards down the ice. Quick up there by Lindbach. He hurried it along to Stamkos, who drops it off. Now Callahan with it.
Yeah, last time in this building, we saw Lettinen send the puck up for a breakaway when the Stars were in town.
Quick pass to Hedman. The shot saves Zatkoff, and Callahan couldn't corral the puck as he went to the net looking for the rebound. Close call there. Hedman with it again, cross ice. This is Filppula with it. He's challenged on the play by Gibbons. Following on is Hedman with a shot. Zatkoff is standing on his knees, but getting his upper body upright there to make the save. We'd like to welcome Windstream Communications subscribers from the State College area. Thanks for watching and rooting on the Pens. All of us at Root Sports and the Penguins appreciate your support.
Well, I mentioned that Tampa earlier had scored 9 shorthanded goals on the season. They've also given up 8 shorthanded goals. Well, Sidney Crosby up on the ice right now for Pittsburgh. Let's see.
This is Hedman wheeling the puck to Purcell. Back to Hedman. Johnson's in a high slot. Killorn's around that net, but the puck's stolen away by Niskanen. He risks it, and it leaves the playing surface.
Yeah, and unfortunately, it left the playing surface from the Penguin zone, so the faceoff goes all the way back to the dot. Sidney Crosby pressuring Hedman up around that point area. Crosby was out for the faceoff. He was trying to get off the ice. Penguins never got it down the ice or any kind of control, so he's going to stay out again for a faceoff.
Against number 9, Tyler Johnson.
And to redrop this puck, Johnson not quite ready. He's getting as low as he can. He's got the width of the legs, not a big man. See how his bottom hand is so low to the ice.
Practically doing a complete split there to take that face-off. Ole Mata cleared it, didn't get it out. Crosby will turn and backhand it back to neutral ice. 36 seconds remaining on the penalty to Bortuzzo. Koska drives the puck in, stopped by Zatkoff. Left it there, didn't play it, and the Penguins able to get to it. Niskanen trying to clear it. Checked by Tyler Johnson. Hornan now battling for Tampa Bay. It comes out to the point now to Victor Hedman. He sends it down the wall. Tyler Johnson for Purcell. Across the way it goes. Now to Koshka. Shot. Zatkov took away the angle and made the save. And Gotch turns and lifts it all the way down. Boy, Zatkov's been tough here early.
Well, ever since his first start, he's been tough. He's been so solid in that cage. He took the loss against the Flyers last weekend. He came in relief of Marc-Andre Fleury, down 3-0, allowed 1 goal and 20 shots. It was 4-3 Philly. He got the loss because he gave up goal 4.
He's played 10 on the road, and this is his 7th at home. Now Dupre speeds the puck up into the Lightning zone. Penguins able to kill that penalty. Each team has failed to score with a man advantage. 7 shots for Tampa Bay, 5 for the Penguins. Matt Carl under pressure from Neal. Send it up the left wing and out the center. Bortuzzo there. Looks for Stempniak, and he'll get help from Malkin, who drops it off to Brooks Orpik. Orpik, right, a long pass. It's off a stick, and it is icing. And they're going to bring it back into the Penguin zone. It has been some kind of season as you look at our barrel leader, Chris Kunitz. Career highs established, 62 points, 32 goals.
They made a mistake on this face-off. It's not going to be an ice. They are going to drop it at center.
I wonder because it hit a stick on the way in, and I was wondering what happened there. So we'll take a break. We'll return. No score, 4:02 to go in the first.
Dan, no score here, but a great pace. You changed up your defensive pairings today. What's your thought there?
2 and 3 back together again as a group, as a pair, and they have the two good lines, 2 skill lines, Falupa and Stamkos under the one, a little more physical pairing from Brooks Orpik and Robert Bortuzzo against the Stamkos line.
Jeff Zatkov getting the nod. Not too many at home, but he's been really sharp. What's impressed you in his game?
I think, in the last 10 starts, the first couple we saw something maybe a little different, but the last starts from him real solid. And that, tonight early on we had the shot advantage, but they get the power play. Had some flurries, some activity, had a couple point shots coming in there from the defenseman. He's staying strong, made some big saves.
All right, thanks very much.
Yeah, thank you.
Victor Hedman dumps it rink wide. It goes bouncing up into the Penguin zone, and Ole Mata's got it there. Mata trying to move it up the near side on the backhand. Stempniak with a quick little pass for Crosby, but he lost the puck as he was bolting out of his own zone. But that was a good play by Stempniak to find Sid quickly off the boards. He tries again. This time drops it back to Niskanen. He's got a lot of room as he comes to the neutral zone and shoots it to the net. And then Black had to be quick to kick it out of there. Niskanen tried to sneak one in on him. Now Valtteri Filppula drops it off to Victor Hedman. Big 6'6" defenseman. Only 23 years old and already in his 5th year in the National Hockey League. Hedman behind the net. Moves it out to center where Killorn headmans the puck. And an icing call here against Tampa Bay. 3:01 to go in the period. We go another break here.
They may have to redrop this too, because I believe it hit a Penguin as that puck was shot in. It didn't hit Stamkos. It hit a Penguin at the blue line, and for the second time in about a minute here, you're going to have to redrop it at center ice.
So much for going to the break. Sutter against Stamkos in the neutral zone.
Stamkos wearing the C on the jersey. St. Louis has moved on. Callahan no longer wearing a C.
Oh, but he might have a lot of C notes next year. Now here's Orpik in behind the net. Adams emerges with the puck. Callahan wants in the neighborhood of $7 million. That's what he wanted from the Rangers. Interesting to see if he can get that as an unrestricted free agent in the offseason.
More expensive to live in New York than it would be in Tampa.
He's got 13 goals. That's a lot of cash for a 13 goal scorer, but of course Callahan is a very gritty player and brings a lot of things to your team.
Oh man, I'm talking about grit. Adams with grit and Gudas with grit. Oh, that was quite a collision over by the penalty box.
On the wing, Johnson shooting, and the save made by Zatkov, and the puck bounds in the air. Scuderi tries to clear. The near wall Scuderi again uses the window this time to get it up into the Lightning zone. And Gudas, who collided with Adams a moment ago, goes back for the puck.
That was quite a collision.
Coming up in the intermission, presented by your neighborhood Ford store with Paul and Jay, Dan Potash speaks with Robert Bortuzzo, and Jay will tell us straight.
And you can't play 8-9 straight minutes of hockey without a whistle if you don't have good puck support, good passing, tape-to-tape passing, good ice here in the first period in Pittsburgh. And I tell you, there's been a lot of good things. You can see the talent of these two hockey clubs. It's coming to the top.
Dupre sends it up the boards, but it's stolen. Palat wanted the puck from Callahan. He couldn't get it to him. And Dupre turning away from the check of Palat, moves it out. Minute 40 to go in the period. Sutter trying to put himself free and the check and dump it in, and he does. Back to get it goes Gudas. It's Neal to Malkin. Malkin couldn't tee it up. He got knocked down on the way to the net by Gudas. It's loose around the slot area. Malkin gets himself up as the Lightning go the other way. It's Palat. Andre Palat, number 18, with 48 points. As a rookie, dumps the puck in and heads to the bench. And Simon Dupre brings it to center ice for Pittsburgh. His pass for Malkin was interrupted, but Neal follows on. Nevertheless, it's going to go all the way back.
Because it's
to center
intentional.
ice.
No, it's going to go all the way to the other end, and intentional offside by Neal to get that whistle. And there's the collision between Gudas and Adams.
Well, Dan Bilesma has won a Stanley Cup, coached the U.S. Olympic team, and now a Penguin has been named after him. That's right. Friday, the Pittsburgh National Aviary introduced 2 new Penguins to the colony, naming one Disco Dan, the other one after Dan's wife, Mary Beth. By the way, these 2 Penguins are the children of the Penguin that was named Sidney after Sidney Crosby just a few years ago. Where's the Staggy and Bipster Penguins? Come on, right?
Hey, we've been Penguins for a long time.
Yeah.
Here's Kunitz coming to center. Stempniak back for Kunitz, just out of his reach. Hedman moves it up the wing for Teddy Purcell into the middle for Killorn. Directed it right to the stick of Brooks Orpik. He finds Stempniak. He tried to play it ahead, but it's going to be banked away by Stamkos to center, where Bortuzzo sends it to Kunitz. Kunitz looks for the puck, finds it for Crosby. And out of play over there, so there'll be a face-off in the neutral zone with 47 seconds remaining in the period.
Crosby got clipped by a little bit of a high stick as he talks with the official. Right there. I don't know if that was his nemesis, Victor Hedman, or not. Of course, Hedman was the man who hit Crosby for a second time and led to some of the concussion issues that he suffered a few years back.
Filppula wins the draw against Gotch. And the Lightning dump it in. Olimata back to get it. Palat, another rookie, bumps it. And Palat effectively was able to create a turnover there as Filppula moves it to the right side for Gudas. Hit by Pyatt. Gotch comes to center, finds Tanner Glass. Pyatt busting to the net. Glass drops it off for Gotch. Matt Carl clears it out of danger. Now Gudas takes the outlet pass with 15 seconds to go. Gudas drops it off to Carl. And he's bumped to the ice there by Gotch, it appeared. And then Gotch steers the puck back into the Penguin zone, taken there by Olimata. To Matt Niskanen. 5 seconds to go in the period. Marcel Gotch at center. And there's the horn ending the first period. Interesting because there was a lot of up and down action, a lot of continuous action, but only 8 shots for the Penguins and 6 for the Lightning. Or turn that around, 6 for the Penguins, 8 for the Lightning in the first period. I don't think there was a lot of zone time for either team. It seemed like, you know, kind of one and done, or not a lot of sustained pressure for either club. See if the Penguins can get to their game a little bit here in the second period and establish some of that zone time. Brandon Sutter's line on the ice with Brian Gibbons. Also Craig Adams to the net. Steered away by Lindback. Sutter hustled over to get to it first. He's leaned on by Steven Stamkos. Killorn poking away at it. He pries it free, but right to Gibbons. Now to Bortuzzo, a shot. It hit Gibbons and then bounced right to the equipment of the goaltender, Anders Lindback. This is the kind of numbers you're going to see when you have an 8-game winning streak against a club. 41-19. The Penguins have outscored them during that time. And Crosby and Kunitz with 7-game point streaks. Crosby has 7 goals in 7 games. Malkin has 10 goals in the last 7 games against Tampa Bay, and 9 in his last 7 against them here in Pittsburgh. He has scored some beauties against them too in his career. Here's Kunis to the corner now for Sidney Crosby, who backhands it around to the near side, and Niskanen down the wall. Left it there for Stempniak. Now to Mata, drive, and a good hard shot there from Olli Mata at the blue line, flagged out of the air by goaltender Lindbach. Just a reminder, as you enjoy a cold one, look forward to Miller Time later in the game, brought to you by Miller Lite.
Crosby just went over to Mata. He said, well, maybe keep that one down a little bit. That thing was rising over the crossbar. Even if Sid had touched it, it would not have been a goal. Has to be crossbar and below.
Big windup. My goodness.
Nice little set play, though, off Niskanen pinch.
Penguins win the draw again in the offensive zone. Trying to keep this pressure going here. Down into the corner it goes. Stempniak brings it up the wall, looking for Crosby. Now sends it back down into the corner for Kunis. Behind the net to Sid. Crosby protects the puck up the wall. Turns to the forehand. Pounded from behind by Johnson, and the shot taken by Kunis wide of the goal.
Good
now
cycle.
Gudas able to clear it back to center ice, and Niskanen ahead to Stempniak.
Man, that was a great cycle by the Penguins. Kunitz, Stempniak, and Crosby. Crosby with a little dish back pass to Kunitz in the high slot for the final shot.
Mata's lead pass steered in by Sutter, but right to Matt Carl, to Sammy Salo, and he sails one all the way across the rink and out of play.
This is what a cycle looks like. Penguins working at it in practice. Get it down deep. Working the outside, trying to create a little opening, getting support from everybody, working on the wall, and then Crosby against Johnson, trying to establish a little space. He gets it, and Kunitz slides out to that high slot area.
Nate Thompson takes the draw against Gino, Evgeny Malkin. Malkin wants to win it back to Neal if he can. Thompson, though, won it back into the corner, and the Lightning able to clear it back to center ice. Scuderi to Depre. Now to Malkin. Back for Simone Depre. Challenged by Nate Thompson. Scuderi with it. Sends it up the near wall where it's steered in by James Neal. Hedman goes back to get it. Takes the handoff from Lindbach. Throws it up the wall where it's held in by Scuderi. Back to the corner for Jokinen. Jokinen looked for Neal cutting towards the net, but that's broken up at Neal. Great job on the back pressure to get back. He just sailed that one wide. Now Jokinen backhands one through the paint to the near side, and Neal has it again. Out in front for Jokinen, and he fanned on it.
Good defense for Hedman, right out in front on Jokinen.
Neal has gone 7 without a goal. He had 10 shots in that game against the Red Wings the other night. He's having a tough time finding the net right now, but he's shooting, and eventually they're going to go in. Here's Jokinen with it. Jokinen leads it ahead for Malkin. He tried to slip in behind Brewer, an offside called. Time for our UPMC Sports Medicine Injury Update, and early this morning, Paul Martin was on the ice. He had been wearing a cast on his broken hand, and now he's out there moving the puck around and skating. Mike Kadar, good to see, as Paul Martin is on the comeback trail.
You can see it was his right hand with the protection above the glove there, and of course, Ray Shero would love to have him back in the lineup, maybe Chris Letang as well.
Orpik turned it over there, but they were able to get back and prevent the Lightning from getting a scoring chance off of that. Now it's Brewer straight away. He risks one off a leg and hit Hyatt. Now Purcell with it. Tanner Glass checks Teddy Purcell. He sends it back out to Brewer at the point. Michael Koska. Koska with a wrist shot deflected away from the net. Orpik got a stick on that to steer it away, but it's sent back down the ice, and it's going to be an icing call against Pittsburgh.
Look at this face-off. Pretty interesting. The Penguins forwards, they take off one way. Watch Tampa's forwards go the other. There goes Tampa's forwards on the Penguins D. The Penguins forwards are going one way, and the Orpik pass didn't get through. It was a set play off that face-off as the Penguins were trying to go north right away. But Tampa did a good job getting pressure on Brooks Orpik. Pretty tactical game, really. A real chess match here.
Callahan. Gotch for Pittsburgh. Sends it back in behind for Bortuzzo. Up the wing now for Tanner Glass. He was upended by Radko Gudas, and he didn't like it.
Well, Gudas is one of those guys, and so is Tanner Glass, and he's asking him, you want it, and we'll see. We'll see if Gudas wants to. Gudas, no, he's not going to shy away from anything. He does have 134 penalty minutes. Tanner Glass leads the Penguins with 200 hits.
Gudas has a mean streak. I don't think there's any doubt about that. Of course, Tanner Glass, he gives no quarter. And I think that Gudas kind of tripped him up there along the wall. I'm not sure exactly what he did to him, but Glass didn't like it. He upended him somehow. Pinched down on him there. Now the face-off to the right of Penguin goaltender Jeff Zadkoff. Sidney Crosby taking it against Valtteri Filppula, the former Red Wing. Up the boards it comes, and it's going to be held in off a stick, but Kunitz got it to Crosby. Palat right on him. Use it for Callahan. Back for Palat. Bouncing puck. Palat up the wall for Callahan. Dumps it behind Niskanen, but Olimata read the play, and he gets back there. Now Callahan on the forecheck finishes off Olimata, who reversed it to Matt Niskanen. Up the wing now for Stempniak. He tried to steer it ahead, and the Lightning quickly go the other way. It's Palat again. Niskanen steps up on him, and Palat bounces it in behind the Penguin goal. Niskanen gets to it. Moves it along for Crosby. Couldn't take the pass, but catching up with it now is Stempniak. Crosby's over on the right wing. It's a 3-on-2. Crosby to Kunitz. His shot. He missed the goal. On the short side, out to the point now, it comes to Niskanen, who wrists it down low for Sid. Up top for Olimata. He had to try to corral it with one hand on the stick and couldn't do so.
Boy, when that pass got over to Kunitz, Lindback was sitting on his knees. He is 6'6", but still, there's a lot of room off by his shoulders.
A.T. Brown able to get it ahead now to Tyler Johnson. He looks for Brown going to the net. Good poke check by Simon Despres. Now Malkin helps out Despres along those end boards. Moves it along on the wing for Jussi Jokinen, who gives ground for a moment.
They're going to call
Calmly
Johnson.
Moves it out to Scuderi.
Penalty here.
Penalty coming up as Malkin swoops in. And the Lightning get the puck, and the Penguins will go to a UPMC Sports Medicine power play.
I wasn't sure if the referee was going to call this or not. Johnson right in front of the referee. A pair of 9s. And take a look. There's the stick into the hands of Simon Despres. The referee had a pretty good vantage point there, did he not?
So, an opportunity for the Penguins to get that first goal. They're 32-3-1 when they score first.
Crosby's going to change his stick. He was looking at it at the last face-off. He didn't like it. He's going to get rid of that one. That'll be a souvenir.
Penguins 0 for 1 with a man advantage. They had 4 shots on their first power play. Total of 6 in the first period, 4 of them coming with a man advantage. Now Crosby moves it back to Malkin, over to Sid. Across the ice now for Niskanen.
Penalty 4 minutes and 32 seconds.
Malkin to Niskanen. Malkin, one-timer off the stick of Thompson. It floats in behind the net. Kunitz backhands it to the near side for Matt Niskanen.
That stick's broken. Thompson without it.
Yep. And now it's Malkin with it. The stick cleared aside by Sidney Crosby. Malkin holds it, looks for Sid. Up top now, a shot by Neal, stopped by Lindback, and he's able to flop on the puck and cover it up.
Lindback was able to follow the Penguins passing there, and he made himself big as that shot came in from Evgeny Malkin after the Penguins' Crosby shuffled that broken stick out of the zone to get it out of the way. No penalty.
You can do that with a broken stick. We saw the other night Neal shuffling a stick that wasn't broken out of the way, and they gave him a penalty, even though the player wasn't trying to pick it up. Now here is Malkin with it. Malkin to Niskanen. Up top to Malkin. Crosby on the right side has to kick the puck up to his stick. Couldn't one-time it. Filppula, Callahan, Brewer killing the penalty. Centering pass by Neal, too hard. And it comes off the near boards and goes all the way back to Penguin ice with a minute 10 remaining on the penalty to Johnson. Malkin flying now to center ice. Galloping into the Lightning zone. Malkin down the wing. Malkin sets it up now. Crosby, he scores!
Well, get out of the way. You got a wild mare. And Malkin ripping down the ice, zigging and zagging, making his own room. And Sidney Crosby just watching, getting himself in a soft position and stepping into that right over the glove hand of Lindback. Look at him, he just wants it. Remember, he went back to the bench before the power play for a new weapon, and he used it appropriately.
Malkin came with speed.
Wow, is he cruising?
Now it's Brooks Orpik taking it, and he put that right in Crosby's wheelhouse. And Lindback didn't have a prayer on that slap shot by Sidney Crosby.
The reason it was in the wheelhouse, you know, if he had the right pace, it was right there, but Crosby, he took his time to get in position.
Killorn trying to get it out. Gibbons took it away in front for Sutter. Kicked away by Lindback before Sutter could get a stick there. And now it is Gibbons again with that speed. The one thing about Gibbons, he has such closing speed that if there's a loose puck available, he'll get to it.
Yeah, he hasn't scored in 10.
Nope. He does have assists in 3 straight.
This game might open up a little bit now. Let's see.
Taken now by Scuderi, moves it out on the left wing to Gotch. Gotch in an offside call. Tanner Glass went down, not happy as
He slid feet first. You got to slide head first. It's your feet, Tanner. And his hands.
We'll be back. Let's take another look at that beautiful slap shot by Sidney Crosby on the setup by Evgeny Malkin. What a tandem.
Yep, is everybody watching Malkin? Yeah, look at everybody focused on Malkin. And Crosby just taking his time. He knows he can trail. He was able to step into that beautiful play by Malkin.
Penguins have the second best record in the NHL, scoring first. 32-3-1. The top team in the league is Anaheim in that department.
That power play of the Penguins. Wow, so good.
Actually, the Blues are the top team in that department, Bob. They'll be in town tomorrow. You get that right. Blues #1. And the Blues are playing the Flyers today. Here are the Lightning now on the attack. Panik dropped it off. JT Brown with a shot deflected by Johnson in on net, and Zatkoff made the save. Up the wall it comes now to Gotch. Into the middle now for Tanner Glass. Glass pulls up, looks for Taylor Pyatt. He has the puck behind the net. No Penguins are there. They're changing behind the play. Up top now, Bortuzzo a shot, and Lindback able to see that all the way. Now Neal for Malkin. Malkin to Orpik. His shot. Lindback reached for it. Neal drops it off to Gino, and he's flying all over the place. Malkin with it again. He just lost an edge.
Well,
he was tripped up. Yep, he was held.
Stamkos, he doesn't believe that it was a penalty. The Lightning get their first shot in 7 minutes to start this second period. And Stamkos is following Malkin all over, shadowing Gino, if you will. And watch the stick. Yeah, he just lost his footing. There's no penalty there. He's holding the back of his pants, so maybe that's the call.
It's holding. It is holding.
Yes, holding. Yeah, the grip on those, on the back of those pants. Where was the jersey of Malkin? Not quite sure.
Wasn't tucked in. I know that. Penguins have 6 power play shots and a goal, of course. The goal by Sid. And they're trying to make it 2-0 now after Stamkos took the penalty on Gino. Now Malkin can't hold it in. He goes all the way down the ice.
At 7:36.
By the way, Zatkoff got the second assist on the Crosby goal, his first career point. At 5:29, Crosby. Malkin lands on the brakes. Neal comes over for support. Back for Malkin to Crosby. Crosby goes behind the net with Brewer hanging on him. And Crosby works it up top to Niskanen. Niskanen to Malkin, a shot, and it's wide of the goal. Lindback came over on his knees to just hope he stopped that shot if it was on the net. Now Kunitz to Crosby to Niskanen to Malkin again. Malkin holds it. Kunitz is in front of the net. Niskanen. Tom Pyatt on him. Brewer challenges Malkin. Kunitz poked it free for a moment. Hedman able to clear it to the wall, and Brewer able to get it all the way down. Minute to go on the Stamkos penalty.
It was really interesting to see Lindback staggy. He was a little bit late getting across on Malkin. Next time he had the glove way up high, holding the glove really high, trying to deny Malkin that top corner.
Malkin to the corner along with Neal. Neal one-hands it up the boards. Good work there to Niskanen. Cross ice to Crosby. Right back to Matt Niskanen. Crosby closes in. Malkin had it roll off the stick. He gets it back out to Niskanen. Takes it on the backhand. Now over to Sid. Back to Niskanen. The shot. And it's blocked in front. Palat tried to get it out. Crosby over, and Niskanen just couldn't hold it in.
No. I thought that puck's got to come all the way over that blue line. Not a lot of argument, a little argument from the Penguin bench. Crosby asking Niskanen, did that puck go all the way over that blue line?
No.
I don't think so. But, no, it didn't go all the way over the blue line.
That was another example of the Penguins working so hard to recover the possession of the puck on the power play. Unfortunately, an offside call on it. Now the Lightning dump it all the way down, and here's Ole Mata coming back. And Ole Mata with speed. Boy, the Penguins have been coming through that neutral zone with some speed here in the second period, but this is an icing call on the power play. They'll bring it back into the Penguins zone with 8 seconds remaining on the penalty. Well, it was a great day for hockey in Buffalo on March 22nd, 1993, when the Penguins traded Bob Airey to the Buffalo Sabres for defenseman Mike Ramsey.
Oh, I was sad that day, Staggy. That was a sad day in my life. I was looking for 3 straight Stanley Cups. Well, I got 2, so I'm pretty happy with that. And thank you, Mario and company.
There's Simon Desprez with it. And you didn't spend a long time in Buffalo, did you, Bob?
No, just a coffee break there, and then off to San Jose, Staggy.
Here's Jussi Jokinen with it now. Pulls up, finds Gotch. Killorn on him, and he got a stick in there to direct the puck to the near side. Stamkos is on the ice. The Lightning at full strength. The Stamkos stick handles over the line to Killorn. Back around to the near wing. Defenseman Hedman backhands it to the corner where Marcel Gotch tried to clear it. It comes right to Stamkos. He was checked at the last second. I think Gotch got his stick back in there. Here's Brewer shooting, and a save by Zakov. He tried to flop on the rebound. He's going to get the whistle, even though he did not cover the puck. That's the old body language thing there. The referee blowing the whistle because he got the impression that Zatkov had frozen the puck.
Well,
his body language.
He was in the corner. Couldn't see a thing from behind Zatkov. There you see him. 1-0 here, Brooks. You guys done a pretty good job of keeping Tampa away from the front of the net or in your zone this period. What's been the key?
I think just managing the puck. They do a really good job doing neutral zone, and then if you do turn it over, they got a really good transition. They do move it up quick, and I think we've done a pretty good job keeping it simple. It might not be the most exciting thing to watch, but you just got to stay patient and do what you can to get a win here.
How's your new partner, Bertuzzo? He was out there in the first period, although I saw a different pairing there in the last shift. You guys switching around, or are you sticking with what you started with?
Mainly Bortzy, just sometimes you get a power play there, or the PK, we get switched up a little bit, but I think we play with someone different every game. We're all getting used to each other, and that's key with as many injuries we had.
All right, great job on Stanford. Keep it going.
All right, thanks.
Brooks Orpik loves an assignment. Steven Stamkos the assignment today.
Yeah, he didn't have him in the Olympics, though. Stamkos unable to play for Team Canada, coming back from that broken leg.
Now back to the puck goes Gudas. He's hit by Sutter. Penguins trying to get that forecheck going, but the Lightning come back. There's Sutter, though, with good back pressure, good back checking, and he's able to get to the puck. Back to Scuderi and over to Simon Desprez. Ahead now for Pyatt, who steers it up into the Lightning zone. Lindbach out of the net, fires it up off the glass. Ryan Malone settles it down, turns it to the line. Not a good outlet there as Pyatt got in good position to dump it right back into the corner. Carl sends it around for Radko Gudas. Out in center, he just handed it right back to the Penguins. Ole Mata over to Niskanen. Crosby tried to wheel it along for Mata. It comes off the boards, where it's taken now on the near wing by Craig Adams. He's hit on the near side. Gudas tried to line him up. He ended up on the ice along the near wall. And on the near side, Valtteri Filppula for Tampa is hit by Craig Adams. Now the hitting picking up a bit as Adams is throwing his weight around too. Crosby takes the puck in the corner. Up top now, it's Niskanen. Back for Sid. Settles it with a glove. Looks for Niskanen. Down the slot. He can't pull the trigger. Gudas swept it away from him, but Niskanen stays on the puck and sends it back around near side. Lightning trying to get it out. There's Gibbons finding Adams. Adams with a shot. One deflected away to the corner. Crosby to Craig Adams. Adams right back to Crosby and up top now to Niskanen. Good shift here. Niskanen shoots it. It's blocked and cleared. And that was Gudas who got his right skate on that shot. And there was Niskanen in position to prevent that puck from going all the way down.
Gudas can't even move, Stanky. He's like a platypus out there.
He is out of gas right now. Here's Niskanen shooting, and it's off a stick, and Tom Pyatt will take it now. Gudas needs a life preserver.
He can't breathe. Oh, boy. visor fogged off as he comes to the bench.
Here goes James Neal banking it ahead. And the Lightning back to the puck, able to just get it right back out to neutral ice. Brooks Orpik. Bortuzzo right back to Orpik. On the left wing now, taken by Neal. Eric Brewer back to the puck, and Brewer turns and heads north. Pass into the middle, knocked away by Jokinen, taken now by Koska. Rink-wide pass comes to Richard Panik. Panik into the Penguin zone. Now it's back in, centers. Right there to read it is Bortuzzo, and skates the puck to stay at the safe area on the near wall. Koska pinched down the boards. Penguins able to get it by him to center, and it's Neal with Malkin heading to the net. Malkin can't take the pass. Hedman back to the puck, sends it back around behind. And up on right wing now to Richard Panik. Confronted by Kunitz, he dumps the puck into the Penguin zone. Zatkov scrambled out of the net to stop it. In full flight comes Dupre. He left it there for Sidney Crosby, who slows the pace down. Moves it right wing. Stempniak had a little trouble with it with Hedman on him, and it comes back to the Penguin defense. Dupre with it. Lead pass. Stempniak trying to sneak behind Hedman. Hedman reaching around him to prevent him from going to the net. And it comes out to Dupre, who wheeled it to the net. The stick of Lindback picked up by Kunitz. Crosby was knocked down by Killorn. Puck out to the point, and Scuderi tried to get it to the net. Now Hedman overskates. Stempniak reaches in, has control. Crosby in front. He's there, and he can't pull the trigger. Hedman had his stick tied up. There'll be a penalty. Now Scuderi sends it near side to Kunitz. Off the ice goes Zatkov as Purcell gets control. And the Pittsburgh Penguins with a great shift again. Crosby drawing the penalty, and the Penguins back to the power play in a moment.
No, just a lot of desire there. Lifting sticks by Stempniak on the back check. Look at this, picking a pocket. Crosby with a little interference halfway through that shift, and then he got in behind the Tampa Bay Lightning, and Hedman's going to go to the box. He thought the puck was going out. It did not. Great play by Stempniak, and let's see what the Penguins power play can do here.
Well, the power play has 6 shots already in this game. 6 of the 11 the Penguins have taken. It's 1 for 3. The Lightning have been killing penalties at a pretty good rate lately, but they already have allowed a power play goal in this game. And here's Niskanen. Malkin, a drive. Stopped by Lindback to the near side, taken by Crosby. Sid throws it rink wide for Gino. Now to Kunitz. Great save by Lindback. And Chris Kunitz on the redirect.
Puck movement, so many different options. And you get those options by using them all. Moving the puck quickly. Every player not passing up a shot opportunity. And that one there, just that shot pass. Our Allegheny Health Network showing you that. Super Mole. Just a good shot pass from Malkin down to the left-handed Kunitz.
Malkin has it off the draw to Kunitz, to Neal. Back for Kunitz, but to Malkin. Now Kunitz side of the net. Salo there trying to take it away from him. Kunitz went down in a heap. Now Neal is tripped up. That was another penalty. And the Lightning are digging themselves a hole.
They're both gone.
Are they sending Neal off for embellishing?
No, for tripping. He got tripped, and then I believe he tripped Salo as Salo was going to touch that puck.
Okay.
And I believe there wasn't an embellishment. I believe it was a trip and a trip.
18 for Pittsburgh and number 6 for Tampa, both each tripping liners.
Good job, Bobby.
Yep. So there's the trip, and there's the trip. Right there. I don't know if Salo just tripped over Neal's skates or Neal got them out there or not, but a trip and a trip. And the crowd not buying it. Maybe Salo bought it.
Matt Niskanen with it now. Crosby far side. Minute 23 to go on the penalty to Hedman. Jokinen's shot is stopped by Lindback and no rebound.
No rebound. Kunitz, I don't know how Lindback saw it. I don't know if he did see it. Chris Kunitz stapled to the face of Lindback on this shot. That was really good stuff. See how tall he is, 6'6". He plays a lot on his knees. Does Lindback, but he's just so tall. His shoulders are still up at the crossbar.
He's 0-2 with a 5.13 goals against average against the Penguins in his career. He's playing well today. There's Niskanen with it now. Niskanen leaves it near side for Crosby. Sidney Crosby on the left wing side this time goes across. Malkin a shot, and there's that glove arm of Lindbach scrambling over to make the save. You talked about it earlier. The way he got his glove up, he knows he has to get over to that post. He made the save on Malkin that time, and the Lightning clear the puck.
Oh boy. I mean, he did everything he could. He got his arm, his shoulder up to that top corner, and Malkin thought he had it.
There's Malkin again, and he's offside.
I don't know.
The Tampa Bay zone.
I don't think he was.
It's one of those days, I guess. On an all-new Inside Penguins Hockey, Tomas Vokoun reflects on his career and talks about returning to the ice. The guys teach us some unusual hockey terms and much more. A new Inside Penguins Hockey presented by Heritage Valley Health System debuts today after postgame on Root Sports.
You got to watch out for Thompson taking the face-off against Gotch here. Guys, you know, he can score a short-handed goal or two. Tyler Johnson was out there earlier.
Whoa. Look out, Bob.
Yeah, I know. I saw it come behind the glass here. You got to be careful. It sounded like the glass broke, actually, to my right.
Ugh. Bobby down there between the glass.
Kind of dangerous down here. Where did it hit? Oh, right back here. Nice.
From the faceoff, the puck comes to Koska. Around now for Pyatt, who banks the puck off the boards and all the way down. 37 seconds to go on the Hedman penalty. 5-on-4 for the Penguins as Olimata brings it to center.
Hedman, a good penalty killer in the box.
Yeah,
So
here's
it's
Gray. He's got speed and another penalty, maybe an
Yep.
interference call
Oh,
on
yep.
Gotch.
They're going to call a penalty here on Gotch for interference. Yep. He's looking around, wondering what's going on. It's been one of those afternoons. He's saying, where am I supposed to go?
57 pit, 2 minutes interference.
And that's interference. Have to allow the defenseman to make a play there to come back in his path. So the faceoff comes down, and we will play 4-on-4 right now. This gives Steven Stamkos a little more room on the ice, and then the Lightning will have a power play for 1:33 after the Hedman penalty expires.
This could be an interesting turn of events here in the hockey game. This is a little important sequence here as the Penguins now in a 4-on-4 situation. They could use a goal right here with that power play coming up. Here's Sutter with a backhander. The stop made by Lindbach. And Gibbons went to the net looking for the rebound, but Lindbach has it in his glove.
Boy, that was a sneaky little shot by Sutter there. Good speed on the 4-on-4. And Lindbach fought it off in a 1-0 hockey game. Great job protecting that puck.
Craig Adams has tied Nick Harborough for consecutive games played at 276. Before puck drop today during the anthem, Reese Adams joined his daddy on the ice.
Good dad giving a little instruction as he skated off through the Zamboni doors.
Sutter to take the face-off for Pittsburgh. Steven Stamkos for Tampa. Penguins win the draw. Orpik's shot is gobbled up by Lindbach.
Gibbons off the face-off. His job to get to the front of that net as quick as he can. Good face-off win there by Sutter, and Gibbons coming off the wall, trying to get there, quick enough so that he get in front and impede the goaltender's vision.
Callahan sends it behind the net to Matt Carl. Back around near side for Steven Stamkos. 4 seconds to go on the Hedman penalty, and then the Lightning will have the man advantage. And they're trying to get out of their own end right now. Stamkos comes to center. Hedman comes on the ice. And here go the Bolts with the man advantage. Stamkos drops it back. Hedman moves it near side. Filppula. Filppula sets it up down the circle for Palat. Back over to Hedman. Out to Filppula. Filppula shoots it just wide of the net. Callahan is camped in front of the net. And Hedman can't keep it in. Pressured by Sutter. Dishes it off for Stamkos. He's able to find Valtteri Filppula. Orpik challenges him on the near boards. Puck comes free. Scuderi whacking at it, trying to get it out. So is Orpik. His stick lifted there by Filppula. What a battle for the possession of the puck there, and the Lightning won it. Hedman across. Stamkos with a drive. And a good save by Zadkov. He knew where Stamkos was, and he was wide open. Here's Hedman with it now. Back to Stamkos. Slap pass. Good shot by Filppula. And he scores just inside the goalpost to make it 1-1.
And he knew where Stamkos was. and he wanted to get over to Stamkos, and the second time Stamkos did not shoot the puck. He went over to Filppula through the seam. Good puck movement by the Tampa Bay Lightning. Zakhoff, he's got to know, you got to know where Stamkos is, and he does. He was able to make one save, but in shading over that way, Stamkos went against the grain, and that was a perfect shot, wasn't it? Filppula got it right off the goal post, and Zakhoff did all he could to come over in the splits with the pads. Just, you can't deny that one. That was a beautiful shot and a beautiful passing play.
It's a career-high 24th goal for Valtteri Filppula.
And that did change everything, didn't it, that power play?
Yes, it did, Bob, just as we said it might. And now it's a new hockey game with 3:07 to go in the second period. An icing call against the Penguins.
Take a look at the overhead, and Zakhoff trying to follow that quick passing by the Lightning. Oh, man, there was 3 inches there between his left pad and the goalpost, and Filppula found it.
Nice acquisition for Steve Yzerman, the former Detroit Red Wing. He had a good book on him, and he brought him in, paid him $5 million, and it has paid off in Tampa Bay. They have 2 really good scoring lines. Now Tyler Johnson with it, shooting it, and that one knocked away by Zakhoff to the corner. Johnson gets it again and backhands it around to the near side. J.T. Brown behind the net for Johnson. Banks it off the end boards and taken there by Niskanen. He's on his backhand trying to get it out. Salo pinched down. Bakunis found Crosby. He found Stempniak, who looks for Crosby going to the net. Trying to lead him that way, but it was broken up by Hedman. And Crosby has it again. Out to Matt Niskanen. His shot deflected in front. Stempniak right there in front of the goaltender. Couldn't get a hold of a loose puck. Taken now by Victor Hedman of the Lightning with 2:25 to go in the second period.
Really, what a change of events. You're exactly right. The Penguins looked like they were going to have a 5-on-3 opportunity.
Look at this. Malkin and Neal coming to the net. Neal didn't know the puck was coming, or at least he was tied up by Eric Brewer. No penalty on the play. Malkin did not shoot that puck. He was trying to set up Neal going to the net, but Neal's back was to Malkin. I don't know if he knew it was coming to him.
Well, he should have known it was coming.
Well, he might have known that it was a shot, you know, or looked for a rebound, but I don't know if he knew the pass was coming directly. Hard to say. Now here's Pyatt with it in the corner. Scuderi's on him. Rob Scuderi falls down. Pyatt keeps working. Looks for Thompson jamming away at it, and Zakhoff held the post and made the save on Nate Thompson. Now it's Koska with it way out by the blue line. Wrists it down the board. Back to the corner it goes. Pyatt looks for it. DeBray shoulders him with a solid check, but following on is Nate Thompson. He tried to go to the point with it, and Malkin took it away. Malkin comes back with Neal again. Malkin flying towards that Lightning defense, but Koska stands him up, and the puck sent by Brewer up the near wall to center ice. 1:21 to go in the period. Things picking up here now as each team has scored a goal. Neal trying to get to the puck. He was tied up. It came in front, and Malkin couldn't pull the trigger. Lindbach putting the paddle down.
Tampa tried to make a play in front of their own zone. It was intercepted, and Lindbach made another save. He's been good in the hockey game, as has Zakhoff.
19 shots now for the Penguins, 15 for the Bulls. Gotch dumps the puck into the Lightning zone. Lindbach there, sends it up the far wall where Alex Killorn takes it. He's able to find Gudas. His lead pass for Stamkos bounces to the corner. Bortuzzo back to get it. Following on is Tanner Glass, up the boards for Gotch. He's able to dump it rink wide with 40 seconds to go in the period. Brooks Orpik gains the red line, sends it down the wall for Taylor Pyatt. Behind the net, Lindbach stops it. And quick transition now for the Lightning as Stamkos comes ahead. It's a 3-on-2. Pyatt's trying to get back. Herschel cross ice. Killorn robbed by Zatkoff. Great save by Jeff Zatkoff.
Right pad, flat to the ice.
And a perfectly executed 3-on-2, Bob.
Moving from left to right, it was across the body pass. A tougher play to execute, unlike the Filppula goal, but don't sell Zakhoff short. He had to get across to make a beautiful save.
4 seconds to go in the period. And the second period ends with the game tied at 1. Each team has scored a power play goal.
Oh, boy. Things did open up after the Penguins got the first one on the board on the power play. Zakhoff having to make a beautiful save. There it is, across the body, the one-timer, and Zakhoff reading it perfectly. Neal does look, and oh, the stick just picked up there as Neal can't quite get it on the backhand.
You're right, Bob. He saw it coming. Let's go to Paul and Jay. For
your time in a back-to-back situation. He played 16 minutes in the first night. So Penguins play tomorrow afternoon. He's played over 15, Malkin over 14 already in this hockey game. That tells me Crosby's going to be around 21, 22 minutes. That's a lot of ice time for a game tomorrow. That's probably without overtime.
And the Flyers have taken the lead over the Blues in Philadelphia today. Blues will be here tomorrow. 19 shots for the Penguins, 16 for the Lightning. 15 of those 35 shots are on the power plays for the respective teams. Take a look at the standings here, and the Lightning amazingly have moved into third spot in the conference. As a result, they're sitting pretty good right now in second place in the Atlantic Division. The Flyers and the Rangers behind the Penguins, and those wild card teams, Toronto and Columbus. If the playoffs started today, the Penguins would play Toronto. Stamkos fires, and a save by Zadkov. Boys, Stamkos had time to pull the trigger and shoot that puck. Now Killorn with it on the near side. It's off his stick, taken by Crosby. Trying to come through Carl, can't do it, and Carl's got the puck.
Funny, sometimes you can be fooled with a lot of motion. At the end of the day, you got to kind of mark your man, and your man has got to be Stamkos on that faceoff.
Carl looks to the right wing, steered into the Penguin zone, and Brooks Orpik on the fresh ice gets back to the puck. Skating well as he comes up, and then he turned it over to Filppula. Dropped off to Callahan, a shot and a save by Zadkov. Filppula got to the loose puck, sent it up the wall. It's going to be picked up. Skating to the puck is Stempniak. Slams on the brakes, looks for Kunitz. He's got the puck, centers it now, right on the tape for Malkin. Left side, shot by Stempniak is stopped by the goaltender Lindback.
Good forecheck there by Stempniak and Kunitz to keep things alive because Crosby changed. Malkin came on late.
I think, Bob, and you correct me if I'm wrong, I don't think Stempniak could one-time that puck. I think he kind of caught it and then shot it. Lindback was able to get over and make the save on it. Now Malkin with it, carrying to center. Malkin busting in, drops it off. Jokinen with it now. Out to Niskanen. He banks it off the boards. Will come right to Sami Salo behind the net. Hedman softly sends it up the wall. Hunnick couldn't get it out. Jokinen for Malkin. That's broken up by Hedman. But picked up by Mata to Neal. Neal leaves it for Malkin. Back to Neal. Neal centers for Jokinen, and then was broken up. And Jokinen raced over and kicked the puck free back to Mata at center ice.
How do you like that glide by 71? He is flying in the game.
Is he ever? Malkin drops it off to Neal. Poke check by Hedman. The Lightning counter quickly, but now Hedman peels off and goes to the bench as Scuderi goes back for the puck. Sends it around for Marcel Gottsch. He'll reverse it for Scuderi behind the net. Nate Thompson comes on for the Lightning, along with Ryan Malone. Tom Pyatt. Pyatt at center ice has the puck now for Tampa Bay. Lost control of it. Carl moves it to the right side of Ryan Malone. He's got Nate Thompson coming down the slot, but Scuderi wouldn't let Malone make the pass. Now Malone dumps it back around to the near side. Niskanen over to play it. Running interference for Niskanen was Tanner Glass on Matt Carl up the wall, so the Penguins could get the puck out. Now reaching in is Taylor Pyatt ahead for Gottsch. It's going to come through to Gudas. Over to Matt Carl. Radko Gudas sends it right up the middle. Stamkos stops up, looks back, finds an open man. Now it comes back to Stamkos to the right side. It's Koska with it. Shooting. Zadkov fought it off. Where's the puck? It's in the circle. Sent back to the point, and a shot by Brewer. That one blocked over to the far boards. Koska sends it back in behind the net. Stamkos slipped around the cage to get to the puck first. Moves it up top to Brewer. Throws it to the net, and Zadkov using the glove effectively there to stop the chaos in the Penguin zone.
Wow, Stamkos is dangerous. Off the faceoff, he took it, glided out, and two men went to one in front of the net. They lost track of Stamkos, and Gibbons, he didn't lose track of Stamkos. He got right on him. The puck came out. Stamkos was going to put it right in. Stempniak had to settle a puck down, and there is Lindback in a good position. Not as many holes as you were mentioning to me, Staggy, in the second intermission. Not as many holes in Lindback in this hockey game that we've seen prior.
Face-off controlled by the Lightning. Purcell moves it out to Hedman. His shot is interrupted on the way, and then Stamkos wheels it to the far corner where Bortuzzo backhands it up the boards. Sutter will carry it to center ice. He's got Adams trailing behind him. Sutter trying to stick handle around Hedman. No way.
See, he kept the stick into his body. He made Sutter think that he had a little area there to put the puck, and then just like a cobra, he went out with that stick and just knocked it right off of Sutter.
Now it's Callahan. He's flattened at center ice by Sutter, but pushes the puck back into the Penguin zone. Bortuzzo takes the pass from Orpik. Filppula picks it off at center for Callahan. And an offside play here as the Lightning enter the Penguin zone. Kind of a late whistle there. Let's take a look at our Nissan road ahead. The Blues come to town tomorrow. It's the 14th set of back-to-back games for the Penguins. Then Phoenix Tuesday, the Kings Thursday before the Penguins go to Columbus. And then return home to meet the Hawks. Look out, loose puck here. Scuderi trying to keep it away from Palat. Sends it back to the near corner. The Lightning end up with possession there. And turning with it is Filppula, but he gave it right away to Sidney Crosby. And back he comes for the Penguins. Crosby crisscrossing with Gudas. Shoots it in the top, the stick of Gudas. Now Crosby and Gudas collide down there in the corner. Sid stayed on his skates. Gudas went down. Is dumped into the Penguin zone, and Zatkoff stops it behind the goal. And Dupre able to come right around that net. He headmans the puck for Stempniak, but it's going to be an icing call.
Chicago, Phillies up on St. Louis after 2 periods in that game. And Sidney Crosby, watch him read this. Use the glove, knock it down. He's in flight. He took a look over his left shoulder, waited for that traffic of Kunitz to come through, and then Gudas tried to knock Crosby down, and Crosby just too strong on his feet. And Gudas has been on the ice a lot. He doesn't really mind what happens. There's been a lot of collisions between Gudas and whoever. Gudas isn't always standing up, but he's always in the middle of it.
Tyler Johnson moves it to the left wing. Rink wide pass for Panik. He couldn't take the pass cleanly. He sends it back around near side. J.T. Brown and Tyler Johnson work the near wall. Jokinen for Pittsburgh. Over now to Wally Mata. Out in center for Malkin. He just directed it right through so that Neal could pick it up. Neal to the goal. His backhand shot is stopped by Lindbaugh.
Yes.
And no rebound. Get ready for a full evening of Pirates playoff baseball on Root Sports. First, go behind the scenes of the team's postseason journey on Inside Pirates Baseball. Playoffs run 2013. And then relive the excitement of the Pirates wild card game on our final Pirates playback. It all starts tomorrow at 6 on Root Sports. James Neal hasn't scored in a while. He's gone 7 without a goal. Neal looks for the puck now on the near side, and you got to figure he's due, right? And the way Malkin's flying, he's set him up. They're on the ice now. Jokinen for Neal. Back up top now to Bortuzzo. From behind the net, Malkin had it taken away by Sami Salo, who sent it up the boards. Now Neal trying to take it away from Hedman. Here comes Stamkos to Killorn, and offside are the Lightning entering the Penguin zone.
Stamkos just ahead of the play. Stamkos unit out against the Malkin unit, but you have Brooks Orpik on the backside for the Penguins. On the ice every time Stamkos has been on the ice here tonight. Most every time. You want to stay disciplined. 2 goals in the game, 2 power play goals. And we're under 15 minutes left in the third period here.
The Lightning have, on this 5-game winning streak, beaten Florida, New Jersey, Vancouver, and Ottawa. All teams that are not in the playoffs, and they also beat the Leafs. Now they're up against the Penguins, and it's 1-1. Here's Tom Pyatt moving into the right point, and Gudas over to Matt Carl. He shoots the puck through the slot. It'll be taken now by Marcel Goc. Goc, Glass, and Pyatt, the threesome for the Penguins. Here's Goc swinging left. Shoots it, and a glove save made by Lindbaugh. And a face-off coming up after we take a break. 13:54 to go in the third. The game is tied at 1.
The Lightning are certainly hoping to make a run in the playoffs this season, much like they did in 2004 when they won it all. Members of that squad celebrated the 10th anniversary of that Stanley Cup team Monday in Tampa, a team that included Andre Waugh, Ruslan Fedotenko, and Daryl Sador, who would, of course, would go on to play for the Penguins. Remember, guys, they didn't get a chance to really defend their title because the next year was a lockout year. So do you really defend it 2 years later after a lockout? I guess you do.
Yes, you do. You're darn right you do.
You just hope you never have to see that again. Any more lockouts? They are annoying. Puck up the near wall, and Ole Mata looking for it. It comes back now into the Penguin zone and taken there by James Neal. Out to Evgeny Malkin, who drops it off to Neal, and Neal comes ahead. He's got a lane up the left wing. Neal has 1 shot today. Gudas takes him out hard on the far side. Coming over is Tyler Johnson to try to get a hold of it, and the Lightning do step out of their own zone. Panik looks back for the puck, banks it behind Olimata, and Niskanen makes a beeline to the puck. JT Brown finishes him off. Panik then able to get to the puck, out to Salo, back to Panik. Johnson goes to the front of the net as the puck comes rink wide for Hedman. He's able to whack it back down into the corner to Johnson to Panik, and the pass went right by him to center. Malkin trying to get to it, but Salo pokes it ahead to Panik, who wheels it up into the Penguin zone on the way to the bench.
Good job by Jokinen cleaning up some mess back in the Penguin zone. Good defense with the stick on the ice at all times. 1-2-2. Needs to be a strict 1-3-1 for the Tampa Bay Lightning. A little bit different here, it seems.
Penguins in on the forecheck. Crosby works behind the net. Kunitz comes over, sends it back around near side for Sidney Crosby. He wants to go to the point to Scuderi. He has trouble with that bouncing puck, and he decides he better turn back with Palat coming right at him, and Dupre went back to get it. Ahead to Stempniak, left side now to Kunitz. He pokes it in deep. Lindbach came out to play it. Stempniak took it away, open net. Out to Dupre, a shot, and it's off a body wide of the goal. Lindbach had gotten back into the crease, but Dupre knew that he had to hurry that shot. Now Vilpala behind the net. Vilpala able to control the puck. Stempniak doggedly is pursuing him as the puck comes behind the net to Koska. Vilpala to Brewer. The fans come to life here with a game tied at 1. Hit by Kunitz on Brewer on the near side as the puck comes back into the Penguin zone, and Scuderi. Up the wall now for Craig Adams. Adams, Sutter, and Brian Gibbons on the ice. Stamkos steals. Onto the ice comes Killorn, making a beeline to the net. But Bortuzzo ties up Stamkos on the near wall. Adams in there trying to work it free. It stays in the zone. Look out here. Gudas with a shot. Kicked out by Zakharov. And they score on the rebound. Killorn got there and jammed the puck in, I believe.
Might have been Stamkos.
Was it Stamkos? Because Killorn was there too. That's amazing. And he got a stick on that puck.
His hands are quicker than the eye.
That's unbelievable.
What a play by Gudas. Gudas with a shot pass that was redirected, and that caused problems. Posed a lot of problems for Zakharov. Take a look. Here's the shot pass, a redirect by Killorn, and look at the quick stick by Stamkos. Right between the pads of Zakharov. Yeah, Killorn got his stick in there, but Stamkos knows how to score goals, and he's the last one to touch that puck. Killorn's going to touch it just a bit, and then watch Stamkos. Bang, right there.
Wow.
To knock it in underneath the pads of Zakharov. And the Lightning, they have a lead here.
That's a thing of beauty there.
Want to score goals? Go to the front of the net. And that's how he's evolved over the years.
The Penguins couldn't get the puck out. Adams was working for it on the near side. But here's a turnover by the Lightning. Glass shoots it wide of the goal. Great chance for Tanner Glass. Now it's dumped in, but offside. And there'll be a face-off in the neutral zone.
Well, John Cooper's got to be beside himself. He's not showing a lot of emotion. We've seen them try to come out in the middle of the ice numerous times, and Hedman put it right onto the tape of the Penguins' glass. And it was that close to tying it up. It's great when it works coming out the middle of your ice, because the Penguins were taking away the walls many a times. Most teams do.
Now a lead pass. It's going to be poked into the Penguin zone by JT Brown. Olimata back to get the puck, though. Now he turns it over. Panik tried to center. It comes through, and the shot and it was blocked as Carl let it go. Now Marcel Gotch over to get a hold of it. Niskanen right in front of his own net. Now he'll turn and use the net as his ally to protect the puck. Moves it up the boards, and finally it does come back to center ice. So the Lightning making it difficult for the Penguins to come out of their own zone here in the third period. That's how they ended up scoring the goals. The Penguins couldn't get the puck out on those tough plays on the near wall. Now it's Niskanen stepping up on JT Brown, and backhands the puck into the Penguin zone, and Olimata goes back to get it.
And the issue you have right now is Crosby's approaching 18 minutes in this hockey game. The Penguins are down now by a goal. You would figure he's going to be on the ice for almost half the remaining 10 minutes here. His minutes are going to be way up for the game tomorrow.
Another turnover, and a man wide open going to the net, Callahan. They couldn't get him the puck. Simon Dupre's got it. Callahan was all by his lonesome in front of the Penguins goal. Here's Dupre with it now. He looks left wing for Kunitz. Back to get it is Koska. Kunitz ran him right off the puck. And Crosby follows on to get a hold of it. Sidney Crosby protects it behind the net for Kunitz. Stempniak in front, the shot. It's blocked away to the near side.
Callahan got down on Stempniak. Good play from the forward position to collapse.
Penguins working hard down low on this shift, but now it's Eric Brewer moving it along for Koska, right back to the defenseman Brewer. And he needs to change. So he dumps the puck, turns, and heads to the bench. And the Penguins, Dupre carries it ahead. Hands it off now to Jokinen, who banks it to himself down the right wing board. Jokinen pulls up, looks for Malkin, but hangs on to the puck. Malkin comes over to help out and takes it on the near wall. Malkin slashing in, had his stick knocked out of his hands. He wants a penalty, nothing called. Purcell, there is going to be a penalty after all.
There is, from the trailing referee.
Malkin was pleading his case, and the call was being made behind the play.
Here it is.
UPMC Sports Medicine Power Play coming up. The Penguins coming into this game 7 for their last 14 against Tampa Bay on the power play. There's the Stamkos-Crosby comparison now, with Stamkos getting the goal, Crosby getting the goal today. And, well, what's going to happen now? You got Sid, Neal, Malkin, Kunitz, Niskanen on the ice for a UPMC Sports Medicine Power Play. Penguins would love to make themselves 2 for 5 on the power play here. Here's Malkin, slot, Neal, try to go back to Malkin. Lightning are going to clear it. Brewer sends it all the way down the length of the ice. James Neal has only one shot on goal in this game. There's a great opportunity for him to get off the schneid. As Niskanen brings it to center ahead of Crosby, coming with speed, and the puck wandered off his stick. Malkin to Crosby, settles it down with a glove. In behind the net, Neal gets to the puck. Hedman's on him. Neal goes down on his knees. Crosby's got the puck. Great pass. Niskanen fakes the shot. Lets it go. Get down. Rebound. Score! Evgeny Malkin buries it to tie the game at 2.
Well, Evgeny Malkin, he drew the penalty, and he finished it off. Good work in the corner. Penguins always trying to outwork the opposition, getting to loose pucks. Crosby feeds Niskanen the little hitch, and that throws Lindback off. So Lindback just has to play it with his pad, and he kicks it right to Evgeny Malkin. Just that little hitch by Niskanen kind of threw the timing off of Lindback just enough that he couldn't play with his stick to get it to the corner. He got a pad on it. He didn't get it over the goal line. Just enough angle for Malkin to make a play on it.
Here come the Lightning again now. It's Stamkos taking the puck on the right wing. Stamkos settles the puck down. He tried to center it. It comes to the side of the net. Now squirts out in front. Carl trying to get to it. Adams as well. And Marcel Gottsch hustling over there, able to poke it around Stamkos to center. Ryan Gibbons over, but Teddy Purcell turns back with the puck. Penguins are changing as Purcell drops it off for Gudas. Now he'll leave it for Matt Carl. 8:10 to go in the third period. The game tied at 2. Penguins with 24 shots, the Lightning with 23. And the Penguins a pair of power play goals again here today. Only they have really taken full advantage of the talent they have on the power play by working so hard and creating opportunities for themselves. Here's Valtteri Filppula, poked away by Niskanen. Up the near wall, and a collision on the near side with Tanner Glass hitting Palat. But Callahan sliding down that right wing boards against Ole Mata. Mata trying to pry the puck free. Glass comes in to help out. Callahan working the wall right now for the Lightning, but it's going to be taken by Matt Niskanen. He gets his feet moving. Filppula stepped up to try to prevent the Penguins from coming to center, and the Lightning control it. It's Eric Brewer with it. Brewer skates to center ice, stripped to the puck by Brandon Sutter. Works it inside the line and no further, and Ryan Callahan's got it now. Koska dumps it into the Penguin zone, and Scuderi goes back to get it. Backhands it to Niskanen. Crosby, one touch pass to Stempniak. Back for Sid, coming to the goal! Lindback makes the save on Sidney Crosby, who was coming at warp speed, and he just could not find the 5-hole.
Wow. Mach 87 there, coming from behind Crosby. He just shrugs off, panic in the back check. Look at this. Left hand out there, took away the stick, took away the body. Talk about speed and strength. Look at that stop by Sidney Crosby. Not a lot of angle there. There wasn't a lot of room, and the big netminder shut it down.
Crosby got the second assist on the Malkin goal. He made that beautiful pass out to Niskanen at 11:07. Penguins have 12 shots with the man advantage today out of the 25 they've taken. And there's a look at Ben Bishop, who's really played well for the Lightning. back up today. He's their starter normally. Now it's Ryan Malone going in after the puck.
That might be a case where Crosby got the second assist, but I would call it the primary assist. Most important one to me.
I know what you mean.
Yes, you do.
Now back for the puck goes Rob Scuderi, and an icing call against the Tampa Bay Lightning.
Hey, it's time for the Subway sandwich of the game. There's been a few. And they both included these men, Adams and Gudas. So there's your Subway sandwich with a little cheese, because to me, Gudas, that sounds like cheese.
Now here's the puck to the near side, and Olimata with it. Back behind the net, taken now by Kunitz, works it up top to Olimata. Mata wanted to come to the middle, now he dishes it off to Kunitz. Traffic in front, redirect attempt, bouncing puck. And it'll be taken by Tom Pyatt. He moves it to the right side of Ryan Malone. Bugsy will dump the puck to the corner. Back to get it goes Olimata. Stepping in now is Niskanen. Moves it up the right wing to Stempniak. And now over to Mata, who made the return pass to Stempniak. But Sidney Crosby wasn't ready for that exchange, and he was ahead of the play offside.
Or you could say that Stempniak wasn't ready for the speed of Sidney Crosby, because he's in a different level here in this hockey game. Coming from behind with a ton of speed, and you got to be on the top of your game. Receive passes, get them off your stick, give them in front. Just headman it to Crosby. He'll skate into it. You don't have to be perfect with your pass. If you get it near his feet, he'll just kick it up to his stick. Or throw in his glove, he'll put it down.
Brewer wheels with a puck out of his own zone, sends it up the boards, taken there by Killorn. Now to Stamkos, who settles it down. A 2-2 hockey game. Good battle between the number 2 and number 3 teams in the Eastern Conference. And Killorn steers it into the Penguin zone, and Jeff Zatkoff stops it for Brooks Orpik. Teddy Purcell's on Orpik. Reaching in for the puck now for the Penguins is Taylor Pyatt. Gotch is there as well. Stamkos in the corner. To Killorn. Out to the point now. Koska with a shot. That hits Stamkos in front, I think. Now Koska on the far side. Killorn trying to get a hold of it. Puck pinballing around. Who's going to come up with possession here? Back behind the net. Purcell couldn't reach it. Pyatt goes over to play it. Throws a hip into Koska. Purcell follows on to get a hold of it. It squirts free. Orpik to Pyatt. Again, Stamkos leaning on him. Gotch takes it. Couldn't clear it. Hit a leg. It came right back to Stamkos. Now to Brewer. His shot. And blocked by Tanner Glass. Bortuzzo lifts it up off the glass. Held in though by Killorn. Cross ice now to Koska. Slap shot. That's blocked in front, and Marcel Gotch finally gets a hold of it. Softly sends it out to center. The Penguins need to change. And so do the Lightning, because that was a lot of hard work there.
Yeah, it was. And, you know, for Stamkos, who worked pretty hard on that shift offensively, that's where that training with Gary Roberts up in Ontario, Canada comes into play. And getting back into shape after missing 45 games with a broken leg.
Gibbons hustled over, throws it back towards the net. It comes off a skate right out to Scuderi. Slap pass down in the corner to Sutter. Sutter and Gibbons work the corner. Up the wall now for Adams. Now back in behind. Gibbons hustling over with that speed to get there ahead of Salo for Sutter. Sutter moves it up top. Dupre quick pass. Scuderi with a shot. He sailed it just wide. Sutter trying to keep it in. Dupre will. Good skating for Simon Dupre. Back to the net. It's just off a leg to the corner. Taken there. Got Gibbons. Gibbons up top to Scuderi. Slap shot. Oh, Lindback made the save and went right through him. He looked back to his right, too. He wasn't quite sure as the puck comes out the center, taken by Scuderi. 3:51 to go in the third. 2-2 the score. Adams falls down. Fresh legs now for Jokinen as he backhands it around to the far board. Tyler Johnson stripped to the puck by Evgeny Malkin. Now it's knocked away from him. Over to get it is Johnson. Snaps it out of the reach of J.T. Brown. Going back for it is Matt Niskanen. There's no icing on the play as Niskanen. Calmly moves the puck up the wing for Jokinen. Lead pass down to Malkin, who kicks it up to his stick. Malkin with a great pass. There's job to drive it around and throw it out in front, but there's Tyler Johnson to pick it off. And it's picked off by Jokinen. Malkin, score! Evgeny Malkin makes it 3-2.
Got the magic weapon going right now. Look at the trickery. Gudas is going to come down, force him to make a play. Malkin saw him coming. but the turnover right there. And it was Jokinen who was able to get that puck, read the play as the Lightning tried to make a pass up the middle of their own zone. Lindback is deep in his net. Malkin with a rolling puck. The puck's on edge, makes it a little easier to elevate it. He almost whips it on the backhand, gets that puck which is up on edge against the blade, whips it up over the glove hand, and Malkin and the Penguins are up by one.
Here come the Lightning back the other way, and a shot wide of the goal to the near board. 3:03 to go in the game. Well, I'll say this, Bob. Evgeny Malkin knows where the net is because he just turned and whipped it in a perfectly placed shot. It was back to the goal when he first started to pull the trigger.
Grave error, that turnover. What a play by Jokinen to read it.
Yep.
And this game isn't over yet.
No.
They're calling. What are they calling here? No. A bad change. No penalty. I don't know if it hit somebody coming off the bench here. It'll be no penalty. Time to celebrate. Look at that. Whoa.
Here in the game, it's Miller time, brought to you by Miller Lite.
And yes, it's Gino time. There's his first one to tie it up. And then this turnover by Johnson and the backhanded top shelf, and at start of the third period, that's Malkin's stick there. He threw it in front of my face, and I had to give it a little loving, Staggy.
Now Malkin's going to buy Bobby a Miller Lite when the game's over. Face off at center. 2:43 to go, and the Penguins are up by one. Compliments of Evgeny Malkin, who now has 12 goals in his last 8 games against the Tampa Bay Lightning. Back to the front of the net. Panik just couldn't take that pass cleanly. It wasn't in his wheelhouse as he was going to the net. And Victor Hedman goes back for it.
Stamkos isn't on the ice right now. We're at just at 2:20 left on the clock.
You get the feeling that Zatkoff is still going to have to make a key save here before this one's over. Just the way the Lightning have played today, they're not going away. It's a heck of a hockey game here in the third period. Here's Dupre with it ahead now for Gibbons. You going to say?
Lightning still have their timeout, Staggy, so if they can get Stamkos on the ice now, then they can use their timeout again. And I don't see Stamkos yet.
Niskanen comes to center, drives it into the Lightning zone, but offside called on the Penguins.
And I'm looking down the bench to see where he is. Steven Stamkos right in the middle of the Tampa Bay Lightning bench.
Well, this is the most competitive the Lightning have been in this building in a while. They're for real. They've got a good hockey club, and they're going to be in the Stanley Cup playoffs. Now Gudas with it, sends it back around to the near corner for Matt Carl. Carl back behind the net. Gudas will get it there. Sends it up the wall for Ryan Callahan. Look for Filppula. The pass didn't connect. And it's taken now by James Neal. Barges his way down the near wall and ran into the linesman. Puck taken by Gudas behind the net. 1:28 to go. Here's Palat with it. Keep your eye on Lindback. Here's Palat. There you go. Driving around Mata to the goal. He scores. Andre Palat, with a great individual effort, has tied this game at 3. Rookie against rookie. He beat Mata and then beat Zatkoff to tie the game.
Well, that was exceptionally skilled there. And I thought I saw a poke check coming out from Zatkoff, and when the poke check came out, the puck went up, and what a beautiful play. It was a great pass by Gudas. Palat was able to have speed, and Mata couldn't match the speed. He walked around Mata, and look at the poke check by Zatkoff and the quick hands of Palat. What a big-time goal. 19 on the season. Right around the poke check. A beautiful, beautiful play.
Well, there's a guy who was drafted in the 7th round by the Tampa Bay Lightning, and you got to say that is one heck of a pick right there. He is one of the best rookies in the league, and right there you saw why Steven Stamkos told me back in October that he really liked Andre Palat.
Lindback was on his way out. Stamkos was on the ice there. Probably go down as a 6-on-5 goal.
1 minute remaining in the period. 1 minute.
Brooks Orpik protects the puck. Orpik on his backhand banks it off the glass. Picked up by Crosby. Now for Stempniak. Now Lindback's going to have to make a key save perhaps before it's over. 44 seconds to go in the game.
Assisted by number 7.
Lightning will want to at least get a point here if they can. Penguins are trying to make something happen here offensively, but now to center ice comes Teddy Purcell. He'll softly dump it into the Penguin zone. 29 seconds to go in the hockey game as Zatkov sets it up behind the goal. Matt Niskanen carries it ahead. One more rush for the Penguins perhaps. It's Gibbons down the left wing. Sutter goes to the net. And the puck comes through and it's steered away by Lindbach. Now behind the net. Hustling play again. Palat stripped to the puck by Sutter. Out to Adams. Adams shoots it. And it was blocked by Gudas. Now Callahan races over around Adams. 5 seconds to go. Shot wide of the net by Scuderi. Comes to the near corner. 2 seconds left. Sutter back to the goal. That's blocked by Gudas. The scramble was on in the Lightning zone, but the Penguins ran out of time. And the game tied at 3 through 60.
One of the great hockey games we've seen. We've seen a lot of them. This one equally as entertaining as the Detroit game.
Palat from Gudas and Carl. Times at barrel.com bring you the overtime period. 5 minutes, 4-on-4. Our McDonald's player of the game is Evgeny Malkin with that big leg kick. Twice he kicked that leg up high when he scored goals today.
Yeah, he looked like that jackalope out front of the arena in St. Louis. And we got the St. Louis Blues in town tomorrow afternoon. That's going to be a beauty of a game. Oh, look at that. Kunitz, Neal.
Crosby and Kunitz are on the ice right now with Orpik and Bortuzzo. Carl has the puck for Tampa Bay. They turn it over. Kunitz pressured though on the play by Purcell, but he's able to find Sidney Crosby. Now he banks it off the boards. Kunitz trying to get around Purcell. He sent it into the slot and Gudas has it there. And you're right, Radko Gudas gets a lot of playing time for John Cooper. And here's Matt Carl with a puck. He lugs at the center, gains the red line and drives it in on the 4-on-4. Stamkos to the puck. Orpik tries to take it away from him. Neal reaches in to get to it, and Crosby up ice. Trying to get around Salo. Crosby trying to corral that puck as it wandered away from him. Now he's able to lasso it and move it back now to Niskanen. Niskanen moving this way and that to protect the puck. Against Valtteri Filppula, he was able to find Crosby. And now Bortuzzo's going to have to retreat to center ice. Comes James Neal. And once again have to regroup. Neal with a lead pass. And offside is called.
There's going to be a penalty here against Tampa Bay for too many men on the ice, guys. There was a play made at the blue line, the man jumping on the ice. Now they called offside on the play, but the trailing official called a penalty. John Cooper not liking it at all. But it was a bad change, and the man jumped onto the blue line. I think he forced the offside by the Penguins, results in the penalty. Let's take a look. There's the man jumping on the bench. Man just out the door, forces the offside on Malkin, and it was close. It was close. Penguins get the break here on a bad change by the Lightning in overtime.
John Cooper discusses it with Rick Bowness, what they want to do here. The Penguins are going to have a 4-on-3 power play. They're already 2 for 5 today with a man advantage.
Cooper's asking who the timeout is. Who's calling timeout right now? Yeah, just a lot of talk. And he's asking right now his bench, talking to Steve Thomas. What happened?
4 forwards for the Penguins. Crosby, Kunitz, Neal, and Malkin. Malkin has the puck. Malkin closes in. Malkin centers it. He's looking for a redirect from Kunitz there. Koska's in the box. Malkin with it, straight away to Neal. He scores! Game over. And Neal is off the schneid. And the Penguins win it 4-3.
They could have called a penalty. Tyler Johnson was interfered with on the faceoff. Couldn't get out to the point. Lost his footing. But the Penguins stuck to the game plan with good plays and good passing. Take a look at the traffic in front. All the elements. And Lindback, as that puck went by, got himself up. Broke his stick over the goalpost. And the Penguins get 2 points in Pittsburgh.
3 of the 4 goals, power play goals for the #1 power play in the National Hockey League, and that's the first power play goal in a long time for James Neal.
Let's take one more look at it. Look at Malkin. He's looking at the net when he feeds Neal. He doesn't need to look at Neal. The flex in the stick, the knuckle of the puck to the blocker side of Lindback, and that's the game.
And a nice celebration here at Consol Energy Center. Let's go to Paul and Jay for the post-game show.